Hey guys, welcome to the last random video in the 4 video lineup I'm going to be doing, and this is the one that I'm by far the most excited to be doing. It is, as you can see on the title there, God Eater 2 Rage Burst. And without further ado, I'm going to actually get into it while I keep talking. So, this game is easily one of my favorite games. I adore it so much. The story is great. Characters are memorable. They each have their own unique personalities. The combat's fun. Like, it's nothing groundbreaking. Like, I guess you can see the graphics is nothing groundbreaking either, but I just love it so much. So, I'm gonna actually go ahead and do a mission while I explain everything. Oh, I have some special missions. I'll just go down to hard missions. So, let's see, let's start with difficulty 6. I haven't even touched difficulty 6 yet, that's weird. And these are hard missions though, not story missions. These are like the story missions. You can see I'm on rank 9. Those are story missions, which is post-story, not main story. So, yeah, I adore this game so much. We're just gonna go do a rank 6 mission. We'll do a rank 5, I guess. Maybe finish this up. We'll do this, the Vajra and Yaksha Raja. Jesus, can't talk. Yeah, I just love this game so much. So I guess if I was to compare it to anything, I would compare it to Monster Hunter in terms of like gameplay mechanics, sort of fight monsters, get parts from them, craft better weapons so you can fight stronger monsters, that sort of thing. It's pretty cool. Bodyguard, stamina, full burst, and break. So basically, these are my 3 AI teammates. Backup, that's for after the mission, so I can get like bonus items and such. And this is stuff that'll activate at certain times during the mission. So like I'll get reduced stamina consumption. I'll go to burst level 3, which burst level just basically lets me do more damage and stuff. It has some other benefits. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna get right into the fight while I explain everything. Where do I even begin with this game? With this series? This is the second series, obviously, as you saw in the title. I have played the other 2, which would be the first game, God Eater Resurrection, which is actually a remaster of the first. So, and then God Eater 3 after this. But this is by far my favorite of the 3. Yeah, oh, I need to change ammo. Holy freeze on. So you can see right off the bat, we have melee weapons and a gun in one. So my gun's the assault rifle, my melee weapon's the variant scythe. So, sorry, I'm getting so caught up in it, I'm forgetting to talk. Okay. So allow me to try and explain, because it gets pretty complicated, the lore behind the games and stuff. So basically, okay, bear with me here. I'm gonna try and give a short version. Okay. So basically, there are these single-celled organisms called oracle cells. And now, unlike normal cells, they have a few differences. So basically, where normal cells that make up literally every living creature, be it a bacteria, which are single-celled, or us humans and whatnot, have DNA and are carbon-based. But these oracle cells in the game are not carbon-based, meaning they're completely different than normal cells that you used to. That we think of when we think of cells. And these oracle cells have some special properties to them. Basically, they can eat literally anything. They're kind of their main premise is that they eat and think. That's basically all they do. Yes, thank you, Fran. Oh, that was an Abaddon. I just heard that. So basically, anyways, as I was saying, these oracle cells only live to do 2 things, which is eat and think. Basically all they do. Now, When I said they can eat literally anything, I mean literally anything. Oh, there's the Yaksharaja. Yeah, when I say they can eat literally anything, I mean literally anything. It doesn't matter if it's living, metal, toxic waste, whatever. Oracle cells can devour it. So basically what happened was, these cells just kind of appeared one day. No one knows where they came from, or how they evolved to be the way they are. So, at first everyone just kind of thought they were harmless, because they really didn't do much. On their own, they're not much of a threat. But the problem is, once they cluster and start to form colonies, if you will. Think of, oh, I didn't realize it was dead. When I say colonies, think of like, I guess think of like, coral reefs or sponges in real life, deep sea sponges. Sort of how like they colonize, they get together in one area, kind of come together. Basically one organism formed out of smaller organisms, if you will. That's kind of what these origami are, as you hear Fran, the operator, constantly saying. These origami are what happen when oracle cells cluster together and colonize. They form these larger, more powerful creatures. And it's these creatures, made up of like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of oracle cells, that can become a real problem. So, anyways, at first oracle cells were harmless, but then, oh, there's two of them. But then they started to form into these origami, which just kind of happened within months of their discovery. So they evolved very fast. Like, unthinkably fast. Anyways, the origami appeared. People weren't prepared for it, humans, and were nearly wiped to extinction because of it. And the reason for this is because origami aren't hurt by normal conventional weaponry. Like a normal blade or a normal bullet isn't going to do anything to an origami. They're just going to shake it off like it's nothing. Partly because their body will try and absorb it. The oracle cells that make them up will basically try and just eat the weapon. He's dead. I got one more over here. And, where was I? Crap. Oh, yeah, their body will basically try and absorb and eat normal conventional weaponry as a result. So, you have to use special weapons, but called God Arts, which is what we're using. But these weren't around at the time the origami first started to appear. So, when they first appeared, people only had normal weaponry to fight them with, like your normal everyday blades and bullets. Which, as I said, don't do anything to origami. So, yeah, they basically drove humanity to the brink of extinction, but thanks to scientific research, we were able to develop these special weapons that you see me and the others using, called God Arcs. And these God Arcs are the only weapons capable of harming and killing origami, because they themselves are kind of origami. Like, we're basically humans wielding origami as tools to kill origami, if that makes sense. Like, as you just saw, Nana and Shield do. Basically, if I hold down on triangle, that's kind of like what the God Arc looks like. In its monstrous form, if you will. Or devour form, I guess the game calls it. So, yeah, so we couldn't hurt them until these weapons were developed. But that took a while before we developed these weapons. And at first, the very first God Arcs, if you will, were basically just pistols. Just literally handheld pistols that didn't do much to them. It hurt the origami, but barely. Because the bullets, if it wasn't obvious, the bullets these guns fire aren't normal bullets. The bullets fired by the God Arc in gun form are actually oracle cells, the same thing that make up the origami. We're basically firing their own cells at them. And we're doing this by absorbing their cells when we attack them, then firing those cells back at them. And our god arcs can infuse them with elements too, to do different elemental damage. Anyways, so yeah, the first god arcs were basically just pistols. There's a whole database that explains all this stuff in the game. That's another thing this game is great at, giving you database entries that just explain everything you need to know about the lore. Like, I'll show you here in a second, as soon as I load back in. Like, if we come over here, I can go to database. I can go, I believe, other. And you can see, like, here we go, origami. There's like 3 different pages on it. Armlets. You have all sorts of different lore. It gives you stuff that happened in the first game, too. Because the first and second games are connected. The second game's like a few years after the events of the first. The third is like on its completely separate from the other two, which, don't know how I really feel about that. But yeah, you can see it. There's like all sorts of different entries here. I just talk about all sorts of stuff. Anyways, so yeah. Then, technically what were called the first generation god arcs, because I guess the pistols weren't actually god arcs. They were, but they weren't. So first generation god arcs were basically just either a melee weapon or a gun weapon, not both. Meaning you could only use one or the other. So basically if your god arc was melee oriented, you could never fire bullets with it because you can only hit melee attacks with it. There was no gun form yet. It wasn't until second generation god arcs that you could like interchange between melee and gun form at the press of a button in the case of us players using a controller and whatnot. So that's pretty much the lore. There's a lot more to it, like it's a lot more intricate than that. I just gave like the absolute bare basics of what has happened. And keep in mind, everything I just talked about takes place before the first game. Except maybe the second gen god arcs, because those are first introduced in terms of lore. Those first come into play in the first game. Yeah, the origami themselves are really cool. Like, they're really unique. There are some repeats, like, different variants of them. Like, I'll show you. Like, origami, let's see, like, Vajra Tail. We have one that uses blaze, but then we have another one here that uses spark. Basically the same thing, just different elements, different color. You see it again with like all these different types of zygotes. Yeah, they're all different colors, but they each have like a different status effect they inflict, depending on what color they are and what kind they are. Cocoon matings, Gaboro, and then oh yeah, so this guy's a scion actually. Scions are introduced in this game. They're basically just origami, but more powerful and with more unique abilities compared to their normal counterparts. So like I'll show you a Scion fight. Hard mission. Let's see, is there 1 in 5? Okay, so I have a mission here that has a Kabbalah in it. As you can see, it's the top one. Whoop. There we go. We're gonna do this one. So just so you can kind of see what the Scions look like. And there's not normal. Well, whatever. There's not a normal Gaboro in here, unfortunately, so you can't really do a side-by-side comparison. But you saw kind of in the database that they definitely look different, but with the same body structure. And I believe Kabbalah's special ability is that he nullifies the effects of burst. Oh, Rage Burst. I need to show you that. That's pretty cool. It gives a bunch of really good, cool benefits. So we're gonna start here with this Yaksha Raja. And he'll be pretty quick. So everyone to attack. So now they pretty much won't hold anything back. Okay, so Kabbalah's here. Yeah, there's a shower scene in this game. Thought I'd just kind of throw that out there. I'm gonna try and get it to activate after this mission's over. Because it's kind of a random chance if it happens. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get that to happen. Alright, I will make you sit through all these fights. I'll just kill this guy, and then go over. Actually, he's almost dead, so this won't take very long. He should die any second here. Yeah, he's flashing really fast now. His icon is. He's dead. So that's how you harvest materials, by the way. Use your devour, like this, to get materials. Much quicker than like the knife carve on Monster Hunter. Shut up, Nana. So we're gonna run down this way, and the Scion Kabbalah is over here. And this is where I'll show you Rage Burst. It's super cool.
A mid-level art lobby is broken through. Location coming. I will handle this situation. Burst level at maximum. Victory is in your grasp.
Yes, thank you, Fran. I'm aware of that. Right there at the bottom where it says level 3, that's my burst level. And like I said before, burst just gives like a bunch of different benefits. There's the Kabbalah, there's the Ukon Vasara. Basically, it's a giant purple crocodile that shoots electricity. He's kind of a pushover, so we'll just take him out. The Kabbalah should come over here eventually. Oh, that's right. Electricity is not there. Holy breeze. There we go. You can make custom bullets in this game too. Like I have custom bullets where it fires 2 elements at once. That's what my Holy Freeze Shock Burn are. The name's pretty obvious what they do. Holy Freeze is Divine and Freeze. Shock Burn is Spark and Blaze. Oh yeah, and you get burst by devouring enemies. Alright, motherfucker. Bitch. Oh god, of course he's coming over here. He should be close to death, this guy. Oh, there's the Buster Blade soldier over there. There we go, he's dead. Go ahead and get his materials. There's the Buster Blade soldier. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a Rage Burst. So basically we do this. We're gonna choose him. We'll do that. There we go. So now we just gotta do a certain amount of damage to him. And then once we do a certain amount of damage to him, it'll activate. There we go. We got it. So now, we attack faster, our stamina drains much slower, and we're basically immune to all damage. And it's only temporary, of course, but so cool. Oh yeah, and like Monster Hunter, you can break certain parts on them to weaken their attack. And each weapon in Blood Rage has like different effects. And there it is. Now it's over. There are ways to extend it. I just don't have any of those ways currently active. So it's pretty cool. And you can do that every time I evoke right there in the corner where it says ER 300%. Every time I get a 100%. So I can technically do that 4 times if I wanted to. Go and fire that back at him. I'll show you the devouring too. If we do that, hit him. There we go. Extended our Rage Burst gaze, and we took a bullet from him. So we can fire back at him. There we go. Cabal is dead.
Origami has gone silent. Nicely done.
This is probably the one game that I would love to do a full Let's Play on and actually complete it. And, well, maybe I'd do, like, the Crucible on Darksiders 2, like I mentioned. Which, honestly, I might do that as well. That would be really cool. These guys are weak to literally everything, so it doesn't matter what bullets I use on them. The only downside about doing a full Let's Play on this is that some of the cutscenes are blocked from recording. So unfortunately I wouldn't be able to really show all of them. But that's alright, I'd find a way around it. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can get the shower scene to active. That's the last thing I want you guys to see. Because it's with Leia here. Anytime you choose her skill, there's a chance. Is it gonna? Ah, it didn't activate. Okay, there's a chance or she'll give like an additional dialogue. And then it'll go into a cutscene. And for her, it's a shower scene. So that's the last thing I'm gonna try and do for you guys before ending this video. As a side note, I did say I'd show off all the different weapons and guns. So for melee weapons, you have short blade, you have long blade, buster blade, boost hammer, charge spear, and variant scythe, which is what I use. For guns, you have sniper gun, you have the assault gun, which is what I have on, blast gun, and shotgun. Okay, now I'm gonna try and get that shower scene. Okay, so I have tried for like the last 15 or 20 minutes to get this shower scene to activate for you guys. So this is my last attempt to try it, because remember, it's this random chance, and it only activates if we select Leia. So, here we go.
Wait, just one moment.
We're gonna see if it does it. Ah, it didn't do it. Okay. Alright, man, that sucks. Really wanted to show it to you guys. Alright, so I'm gonna stop this video here then. Sorry about that, I really wanted to show that. Okay, yeah. And this will conclude my, random videos. My 4 random videos I've done. So, I'll see you next time I get around to doing a video.